All right, folks, as you know, the countdown is on to the Winter Olympics. Going to take place in Russia and the 2014 Winter Olympic Games. Joining us now to talk about that is sports expert John Greenburg, and he is also a sports historian and author of The Grand Old Man, Amos Alonzo Stagg. Hello, John.
Hello. How are you today,
I'm
Steve?
fine. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me on your show.
All right. Well, let's cut to the politics of it, because that's what I love to talk about. And a lot has been being made about the fact that Putin is cracking down. There's laws against gays or whatever.
That's right.
But to me, it's all a show, because Iran stones to death their gays. Cuba imprisons their gays, and yet the President of the United States has sought to shake the hand and embrace the leader of Iran, and he's shook the hand of the leader of Cuba. So, yeah, to me, it's hypocritical.
Let's talk about politics. According to reports I had, was that the majority of people living in Russia go along with Putin.
Okay, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that.
So therefore, as far as we're talking about politics, that's pretty much where it ends, because the people there. That's their choice. That's the way that they want to conduct their affairs over in that country.
Right.
Now, that being said, what are the Olympic ideals? It's always been excellence, friendship, and respect. And in the case of Vladimir Putin, this Olympics is going to be the most expensive, costliest Olympics ever staged. $50 billion.
Wow.
They spent $300 million to put up an airport that can handle 4,000 people an hour. They have built 40 new big hotels in this town of Sochi, which, incidentally, it's not what you would think Russia is. This is a beach town,
right.
a sea resort that happens to have mountains in the background where they get enough snow to be holding these Olympic skiing events. Okay? But it is, Putin wants to make Sochi a destination location.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is going to be one of the key elements of his legacy, is the success of this Olympics.
I don't doubt that at all. But what I do have a problem with is you talk about the pillars, if you will, of the Olympic Games,
right.
And
the ideals.
The ideals.
That's
and
what they strive for.
Well, they strive for it.
I know.
But we don't. We could take it forward from Munich, and we could talk about from the Hitler Games, and we could talk about Munich 42 years ago,
sure.
And this Olympic Committee still will not hold a moment of silence, will not recognize these slain Israeli athletes who were massacred at the Olympics in 1972.
Right, and here's the difficulty with taking a political stand, is that the TV network, NBC, this is big business to them. They're going to be televising those Olympics. They're going to spend an enormous amount of time, because the Olympics deliver numbers.
Right.
And in today's TV world, getting numbers is critically important. And the Olympics happen after our Super Bowl. It happens at a time of the year where in America the major sports are the NBA, the NHL, and NASCAR. And NASCAR is kind of in a decline, and the other two sports really don't get the numbers that the Winter Olympics have. So, the business end of it is kind of overwhelming the political.
Well, you're not saying that NBC wouldn't want the Olympic Committee to hold or the Olympics to hold a moment of silence for the Israeli athletes, are you?
I'm not. I'm not going to make any statements about that, because my expertise is in sports, and I'm really, I'm not the guy that you're going to go to when you want to talk about politics.
No. But you brought up what the Olympics stand for, and I just have a hard time reconciling that.
Ideals.
Yeah.
And of course, amateur athletics have been more and more professionalized, so they've gone way apart from the Olympic ideal. But this is what the rationalization, if you would. This is the reason why they are holding it. they basically, they being the powers that be over in Russia, they want to bring people to Russia to spend money.
Right, Sochi, and Sochi. Hey, a pleasure to speak to you, John. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
It's my pleasure. Happy New Year to you. It's John Greenburg, author and sports historian, here on the Steve Malzberg Show. When we come back, another court ruling on the NSA. Paul Callan, CNN legal analyst, joins us right here on the Steve Malzberg Show, Newsmax TV and radio.